All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back with a new video. I just got home, and I figured, you know what? Just got in the door. I'm going to do this video. It just popped up because I can see it here on my thing, on my cell phone, bro. So I figured I'm going to do a reaction video to this video of Iron, the fucking Steve Shaw, MassiveIron. The gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slave himself, Steve Shaw, man. Yes, dude. Steve Shaw says, stop using Natty as an excuse. Response to, okay, well, whatever. I don't, Atlas Power shrugged. Okay, so he's directing it to this person. He's going to be talking about him. I don't know.
Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk about using Natty as an excuse.
Well, he's one to talk because he's not Natty, bro. He takes steroids.
Before I get into this topic, if you need coaching, check out the link down below. I'd love to work with you.
Yes.
Coaching is what I do for a living. All right. So yesterday, in the 5.2 free seconds I had during my day, I saw a comment on Threads, of all things. Instagram force-fed me something on Threads from Atlas Power Shrug. And it basically said, stop using Natty as an excuse. Now, I didn't get a chance to watch his video yet, and I don't mean any disrespect at all. I just haven't got caught up on videos, but I will. What I wanted to do was this kind of got the gears turning a little bit, and it got me thinking. So I wanted to share my thoughts on that before I went over and watched his video or his content, because sometimes I like to put out information that is unfiltered, that is unbiased, that doesn't simply look at the content of somebody else and reflect on it. So stop using Natty as an excuse. I heard this, and in my head, here's what it made me think about, okay? It made me think about, like, all of the stuff you see on social media. Whenever you see somebody successful, muscle-wise, lift-wise, whatever, you see, like, the steroid comments. Obviously they're a smaller percentage, but whatever percentage they are, 5 or 10%, it kind of sends a fart out into the internet world, and it just resonates. And you get other lifters thinking, maybe there's something to that. Maybe this person is using a little something.
Could he be talking about himself, Steve Shaw? Isn't he using steroids?
Maybe they are a little bit enhanced.
A little bit enhanced? Man, Steve Shaw, come on, tell the truth.
It kind of indirectly lowers the bar a little bit, like somehow you can only achieve amazing results strength-wise or muscle-wise or conditioning-wise, if you step over into the dark side, even
if you cheat
a little bit and use a little bit of minor enhancement. But what it really
minor enhancement, yeah, okay,
got me thinking about was, I was in the bodybuilding world from 1986 to about
you were in the bodybuilding world,
I don't know, 2006 roughly, and I was introduced to powerlifting by someone.
Well, I've been in the bodybuilding world since I think I don't know, 80s, 70s, 80s, throughout the 90s, the millennium, and you name it, whatever. All right, Steve Shaw.
At a place of employment. I had never heard of powerlifting before then. And
I never heard of powerlifting either until I think the internet or something. Never really paid attention to it. I mean, I think I did see in magazines somebody doing a deadlift or lifting a heavy weight off the floor. They look kind of built or something on steroids. But never really paid attention to that. I thought it had to do with, they called it weightlifting. I thought it had to do with weightlifting, really. You saw a lot of weightlifting going on, but who the fuck knows? I don't know. Maybe I confused it. Powerlifting, weightlifting, whatever. It's all the same stuff to me.
Got into powerlifting as like a side.
Weightlifting isn't bodybuilding. See what I mean? Listen to the word. Weightlifting, bodybuilding. Powerlifting, bodybuilding. If you powerlift, what are you doing? You're powerlifting. If you're bodybuilding, what are you doing? Bodybuilding. If you're weightlifting, what are you doing? Weightlifting. So are you building your body doing weightlifting and powerlifting? Absolutely not, because bodybuilding is made for building your body.
thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not my main passion. I like it. I'm not, but I would be a liar if I.
Bodybuilding is extremely difficult. The bar is really high. It's astronomically difficult to build muscle. You have to use a lot of force, bro. It's crazy. It's insane, man. You have to go. It's like, and then you feel really nervous and shaky the rest of the week. You're in pain and stuff. You get anxiety. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it takes a while to get used to.
Said powerlifting is my main passion in life. I like big numbers. I'm a power builder. I like muscle. And I like.
You're a power builder. I don't know. They call it powerlifting. You're a powerlifting. You're building powerlifting. Yes, lifting weights. You're getting good at lifting weights. Yes.
Like strength, right? Excuse me.
Again, what strength? I don't understand how getting good at doing something equates to strength. You got better at doing that. How did you get stronger exactly? If your body didn't build bigger and stronger, how did you get stronger? That doesn't make any sense.
I like having both, but I'm not a pure power lifter. I don't.
You like having both, but you faked it. You faked it because you couldn't build it. Powerlifting doesn't build bodies, nor does weightlifting. Does that sound like bodybuilding to you? No, we're not building bodies. They don't build bodies, you dumbass. That's why you're taking steroids, because you want to pretend to look the part and then lift that heavy, big weight or whatever and pretend like it got you jacked or something. You people are all phony, man, fake.
Live and die by powerlifting. I respect it. I like it. I've coached a lot of powerlifting.
You people hate bodybuilding because you're unsuccessful at it, so you got to take steroids because you suck at it.
I've coached a lot of lifters on the platform. I help a lot of my clients compete.
Your coaching is like the dirt under my nail, dude. That's how good your coaching is.
I've coached Special Olympics powerlifting, so I have a big.
The only people you're gonna coach are fucking mice and rats out there, and even they don't want to be coached by you, dude. I don't know.
Foot in that world, so to speak. But the long ramble is coming to a point, and that is this.
Yeah, what is it?
There are a lot of naturals out there using that as an excuse as to why they're not big, as to why they're not strong.
Yeah, they are using that excuse. What is this big and strong? See, people always equating big with strength, big and strong. So what is powerlifting and weightlifting? That doesn't get you big and strong. It gets you better at lifting a weight. That's what it does. Practice makes perfect. Yes.
Even here, naturals can't train hard, or the enhanced guys have to train hard.
No, it's not that natural people have to train hard. They just don't know. They think that bodybuilding has something to do with lifting weights, weightlifting, and powerlifting. Bodybuilding is not a sport. Duh.
Naturals can only use one set per body part. And I even heard the other day.
One set for body part to do what? What is that body part going to do with that one set or whatever you're talking about?
Instagram. And this is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
By an influencer that was pushing the one set per body part or one set per exercise drum. If you want to do that, that's fine. But this guy made this statement. Okay. And hear this. He said, before the steroid era, the normal was for lifters to use minimal training, one set, basically 1 to 2 sets per exercise.
Yeah.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't normally confront people and post on Instagram, but I responded to his posts.
Look, I'm not a weightlifter, but I know what they do there. They toss weights up in the air. That's what they do. They throw weights up in the air. As far as powerlifting, they don't really particularly throw weights up in the air, but they do try to segregate the big four, which bodybuilders use. Bodybuilders, they use every means possible to build their body big and strong. That's the point. But you have taken out the big four and then you've separated it and you say, this is powerlifting. See what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. That's part of bodybuilding. But you separated it. So you took it out. So you don't get the benefits of bodybuilding, the rest of bodybuilding, because you've separated the big four. And then you call it, and then you give it a name. It's fake.
this influencer. I said, this is a lie. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie.
Bodybuilding is not based on concentric lifting. Real bodybuilding is always eccentric loads, eccentric overload. And I observe weightlifters and steroid people pumping in the gym. They do concentric work. It's all pumping. That has nothing to do with building myofibrillar growth. You may get some mass from the sarcoplasm, but the sarcoplasm is fake. So, but whatever, man. I don't know. Each to their own, dude. Do whatever what makes you happy. I don't care.
Spent my life studying this stuff, right? The form
You spent your life studying it, but you still don't know it. Why? That's the funny part. I don't understand what's going on here.
had at Muscle and Brawn that I no
Did you fall on your head? Did you bump your head or something?
longer own. We studied, we lived in this world analyzing Reg Park and Marvin.
How could you not understand that bodybuilding is based on eccentric training? Powerlifting and weightlifting is based on concentric training. That's performance. That's performance. Bodybuilding is not based on performance. It's not even a sport. It compromises performance because it fucking damages your body to get it to repair and model, come back stronger. So what the fuck are you talking about? The fuck is this old man talking about?
Marvin Eder, John Grammy. These guys didn't train 1 to 2 sets per exercise. They had big, intense.
They had drugs. They faked it. If their training actually really worked, why did they have to take drugs for then? Duh.
Long, brutal workouts, Reg Park's 5x5.
Yeah, you could do long Reg Park's 5x5. They're long, brutal workouts in the concentric. And so what? It's not an endurance sport. Wait, bro, bodybuilding is not an endurance sport. Are you fucking stupid or something?
Marvin Eder did a lot of volume training on some of the lifts, especially things like
volume training. That's sarcoplasmic training. Volume training. That's sarcoplasmic. You want to expand the volume of the sarcoplasm by doing high volume training. That's the point. Yeah.
dips. This is utter complete nonsense. But when I called him out on this, that the naturals aren't that fragile, and that it was a lie, that lifters before the steroid era used only 1 to 2 sets per exercise.
The lifters before the steroid era, they faked it too. You think they didn't know about fake weights and doing fake lifts and doing fake stuff? Give me a break, man. Come on.
He said, I'm an idiot. Right. So, but the bigger picture here isn't whether I'm an idiot or he's an idiot. Who gives a shit, right? The bigger picture is, are naturals really that fragile? Is it like when you see, are they really that fragile? Do they really need minimal training? Do naturals, is it really like anytime you see somebody big and strong, you have to become suspect? The biggest thing, and I made a...
You have to be suspect if you see somebody big and strong? Well, if they're taking drugs and they just blew up big fat and they're strong because it looks like they're strong because they can lift a heavy weight, that's fake. Yeah, fake, whatever. If they did it fakely, I don't know. It's based on the training. Ask them what their training was. Let them show you what their training was. If it's not eccentric, then they didn't get big and strong. If it's concentric, then they're not big and strong. Because I know many people that do concentric lifts, they pretend with their body weight goes up 50 pounds, and then it's down to zero. It's down to zero, bro. Get it? It's all fake.
Video about this yesterday is naturals have lower, the natural culture can have lower standards. And this is a huge shame. This is a big shame. It's one of the reasons why I got into the study of natural potential way back in the day, because I wanted to know how big naturals could get, not to limit naturals.
What do you mean how big naturals can get? The myonuclear domain limit is not fixed, dude. Get it? It's not fixed. So it's based on getting adaptations. Yeah, but if you're adapted to your exercise, or you're doing something that doesn't get you an adaptation, how can you get a different outcome doing something that never gets you that outcome? If concentric doesn't damage muscle fibers to get an adaptation, then why do you keep doing it? hoping that one day, maybe in the 20th or 30th year, by the year 2040, you might get an adaptation. That's retarded. What are you talking about?
Right? There's some pretty impressive naturals out there that never be like Jay Cutler or Ronnie Coleman,
There's
right?
some
Obviously.
impressive naturals out there. I haven't really yet to see any impressive naturals out there. I've never seen any. They all faked it in the end because they're influencers. They get paid. They make money. They have the most shit to lose out there. They fake it eventually. A lot of people. There's very few out there that actually really make it on their channel. They better be young and good looking or something. Something that people want. They're watching them for some reason. But even they're not that big compared to the real influencers on the drugs.
You know, we know the path that it takes to get there, but there's some guys that look great, and there's tons and tons of natural strength. But one
Is there, Brian Shaw? Then why do you take drugs if there is?
point more than anything, stop using natural as an excuse, that I want to talk about.
Do you understand the problem with natural is that they keep following unnatural people like you, so they fail because the unnatural people failed, so they took drugs. So then these people follow them. It's a cycle, never-ending cycle. It won't end. Do you understand me? They think it's about performance, looking cool in the gym, and it's actually totally the opposite.
Is over the years, the females in powerlifting I've seen putting up big numbers, the females I've worked with, the females on the net, just women I know. And I know a small handful of women, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a woman I met at my last powerlifting meet who's benching. She was a school teacher. She weighed like 160 pounds, and she was benching 230. We trained together a couple of times.
She was bench pressing 230. Okay. And so what? So what? She practiced. Does she practice gymnastics too? Maybe calisthenics, gymnastics? Does she practice how to ice skate or ski or swim? See what I mean? You can't get good at something if you don't practice at it, right? See what I mean?
He would dumbbell bench 85s. It's just a school teacher woman.
Okay, and so what? And so what?
I have a couple females right now that dumbbell bench 65s and 70s. I have a female in Team Massive that is chasing a 135-pound overhead press. And she's, I don't know, at 115, 105 for reps, but she'll get there very, very soon. But she's at the same place most men are at. And she's like, I don't know, 145-pound music teacher, right? 40 years old. She's not some thick-thighed, stereotype that we like to, think is the case. My daughter, when she got into powerlifting at age 13, we trained for about 6 months before she did any deadlifts or squats at all. And she ended up pulling from like 2 or 3 inches off the ground, 225 pounds on a sumo deadlift. She weighed 102 pounds. And at the time, the world record was like 275. My daughter had only been powerlifting for like a year. But the point is, she was...
Yeah, but powerlifting isn't bodybuilding. That's why they have no bodies. They haven't built their body. They just built a power lift. They built a power lift without building their body big and strong. Okay.
On track to hit 275 at age 13 at a body weight of 102.
Yeah.
I have my wife, when we first started training together...
See, I can't see a power lift. I can't feel it, touch it, or see it. But when I see a building a body, when the body gets built, I can see it, touch it, and feel it. And I can see what it does, actually, because it's real. It's actually real. It's there. But getting good at doing something, you can't really particularly see anything there unless, of course, you're showing, displaying. You have to display, right? You know what I mean? You won't see it on the person walking down the street. You would never know that they were able to lift a heavy weight. They're walking down the street, and then you bump into them, and they go, "Hey, but I could squat, or I could deadlift 500 or 600 off the floor." And you're like, you look at them, and then you just laugh and go, "Uh-huh." And they look really small in a jacket. They look like they got lost. A small, strong guy bumped into you. And then he wants to tell you, "Hey, why are you bumping into me? I'm a small, strong guy. I can deadlift 500. And then you just look at him and you laugh. You laugh. Get it? That's how funny it is, man. Bigger is always stronger. I don't know about little.
She would dumbbell bench 40s for 10 sets of 10.
No guy cares about a woman that can bench press 340. Even if a guy in the street, a man, he couldn't bench press whatever she's bench pressing there, 340, 300, whatever, I don't give a shit. Or 230 or whatever. A guy walking down the street is not afraid of a girl that could bench press more than him. Want to know why? Because he's stronger than her. It's really simple. Males are stronger than females. He wouldn't give a shit.
I'm not making that up. Great muscle endurance. You think I'm crazy, but I'm not making that.
Yeah, they have great muscle endurance, but the man is still always going to be stronger. Want to know why? Because he has more muscle, he carries more muscle mass, and he has testosterone. He's going to be stronger than her. I don't give a shit how much she can lift.
Women. I've coached women that have squatted well over 300.
Men will always be physically stronger than women, no matter how much they try to lift off the floor.
15.
Hell, she could lift 2,000 pounds off the floor, but ain't no male gonna move for her.
Pounds, deadlifted well over 365. There's a female that came to me when I worked at Tiger Fitness that was fresh, new, never lifted before.
Okay.
Right. And I worked with her every week. She hired me as a coach. At the end of the road, we got her squat, and I got her squat after 6 months up to 225 for 20. I'm not kidding.
She could have got it up herself by just keep practicing at doing that, you dumbass. She could have come in every day to the gym because it's based on performance. She could have came every day and go underneath the squat rack and just do a couple sets every single day. She's adapted. So now her body will just adapt. The nervous system will adapt to getting good at doing that exercise. That's it, doing that lift. So she could have did it by herself. She doesn't need a coach for that, dude.
I'm not lying. She got 315 pounds on squats.
Again, no male cares about a woman that can do 315-pound squat. Because where I live, I know a guy. He's like about 6'4", 6'5", or 6'4", maybe. He's a pretty tall guy, and he's pretty big, and he doesn't lift weights. And he said he ain't moving for no small, strong people. He doesn't give a shit, and he never lifts weights. And he looks intimidating because he's big. He looks strong. Big and strong because he's muscular. He's a man, and he's young. So he has a lot of mass on his body, testosterone, and he's a man, and he's big, and he's tall. He's not afraid of little people that can lift a heavy weight. Doesn't give a shit.
After 6 months. Now, this is obviously a rare case, right? But you don't see people running around with these women calling them steroids or, yelling enhanced. The bottom line here is I've seen women do a lot of amazing things, and I hate to break the news to that 10% crowd that's running around like a bunch of little bitches, but they're not enhanced. And the good news here, and that's what we should be talking about, is that if these women are crushing this type of weight, what is the potential for men? The potential is amazing, and that's the good news. That's why I started studying natural muscle building potential. You can get a lot stronger than you could ever imagine, a lot bigger than you could ever imagine. It's not
really. You can get a lot bigger than you imagine eating bags of potatoes. Is that it? A lot stronger. Pretend strong. You never got physically stronger. You got better at lifting away, bro. Get it? I think maybe you really just don't understand lifting.
Easy, but it's not complicated. It's not easy, but it's not complicated. So stop using Natty as an excuse. It's a pathetic excuse.
If you're so strong, then how come you're tearing muscles off the bone doing these concentric lifts? Why are these lifters, power lifters, all getting injured and then they're dropping off? They're not returning to powerlifting. They all disappeared. Why? It's just as bad as the vegan cult, the vegan movement. All these vegans, they drop off. They go carnivore and then they fuck off. That's just like this sport. They all fucking get injured. They get fucked and then they fuck off. See you in the next one. I don't know anybody in bodybuilding that knows how to build a body big and strong ever fucked off. I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. This is ridiculous, bro.
It's a cop-out. There are things we can fix. Check out my video from yesterday.
Yeah, there's things you can fix. There's nothing you can do, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Later.